Hello everyone, this is Study in Finland student ambassador Gonzalo, and in this video we'll have a quick look on how to apply to higher education studies in Finland. The short answer is you apply online at the national application portal studyinfo.fi. But since the application periods and other details may vary depending on which programs you would be applying to, the system may appear a bit confusing at first. That's why it's best to first think what you would like to study, which would be your dream program. So let's start with that, but first a few words about the Finnish higher education. Universities in Finland offer over 600 bachelors and masters in English. There are 13 universities and 22 universities of applied sciences in Finland, and together they offer over 600 bachelor's and master's programs in English. If you wish to know about the difference between university and University of Applied Sciences, see for example the university's page at studyinfinland.fi. Where to find the available study programs? So how to begin your journey? As mentioned at the beginning, we recommend you start by thinking what you would like to study, what really interests and motivates you. Once you've decided on that, it will be easier for you to look for more information on that particular subject, what's available and what might be your dream program, and what the admission requirements are. Use the national database search at studyinfo.fi, or if you already know which university you'd like to apply to, refer to the website of that university. In the studyinfo.fi program descriptions, you'll find detailed information on, for example, the application timetable and deadlines, eligibility and admissions criteria, English language requirements, and tuition fees and possible scholarship options. A quick word on financial matters. Speaking of tuition fees and scholarships, if you are a non-European Union student, you would be required to pay tuition fees in English-taught bachelor's and master's programs. These currently vary between 8,000 to 20,000 per year, depending on the program. The universities may have scholarship or tuition fee waivers on offer, so check for the details with the university. You usually apply for the scholarship from the university at the same time when you apply for admission. It's important to note that the university's scholarship do not usually cover any living costs, so you should carefully plan your financing already before submitting any application. See studyinfinland.fi funding your studies. When can you apply? This depends on the degree program. For studies starting in September, the national joint application to many English-taught bachelor's and masters is arranged annually in January. All programs in the joint application system share the same application period. You can apply to a maximum of 6 different study programs using one application form. In separate applications, the application period can vary. For example, some universities' master's programs have their admissions started already in November or December. The number of separate applications you can submit is not such limited, but keep in mind that, as the name implies, you'll need to send a separate application for each degree program. For studies starting in January, you usually apply in September, but not so many English-taught programs offer this option. Where do you submit your application? You apply online at the national application portal studyinfo.fi. You'll also find all the relevant application instructions there, alongside with frequently asked questions. Note that the application forms will only be available at studyinfo when the admissions are open for your chosen program. You do not need to register or log in to My Studyinfo in order to apply, so don't worry about that. Just fill in the application form and submit it during the application period. Attachments to your application. What documentation you need to enclose in your applications, again, depends on the degree program you're applying to. Typically, this would include copies of your previous qualifications, English proficiency, test results, and so on. You'll find detailed advice on this on studyinfo.fi. And once you start your application, the application form will include information on the required enclosures. The application fee. If you are applying from outside of the European Union, you'll usually need to pay the application fee when you apply for a bachelor's or a master's studies in Finland. The fee is 100 euros. Even if you apply to several programs, you only need to pay the application fee once, as long as the programs start on the same academic term, for example, the autumn term. Remember that if you neglect to pay the application fee, your application will not be processed. For detailed information on the application fee, see studyinfo.fi. Application to higher education, application fee. What happens after you've submitted your application? After the application period closes, the universities will start processing the applications. You may be required to take part in an entrance or an aptitude exam before the final student selection. Prepare for that following the university's advice. Since there are lots of applicants, waiting for results may take some time, so please be patient. You can check for the results announcement dates with the university you've applied to. Student selection criteria. Student selection can be based, for example, on your grades, your entrance exam result, your pre-assignments, or a combination of all of these. You can check the specific admissions criteria of each program in the study program descriptions at studyinfo.fi. Accepting an offer. If you are offered a study place, congratulations! Now you have to follow the university's advice on how to accept your study place. Maybe you've applied to many degree programs, and you might also get several study place offers. The universities usually publish the admission results on different times. You can only accept one study place. This is very important. You can only accept one study place per term. This means when you accept one study place, all your other possible admission offers for that same academic term will be automatically cancelled. So, it's a good idea to accept an offer only when you are absolutely sure that you wish to begin studies in that particular program. If you are offered a study place but then you decide not to accept it, please let the university know so they can offer the study place to someone else. Do you want to know more about the application process? You'll find more detailed information and application instructions at studyinfo.fi. So before starting your application, make sure you read all the information there. You can find this information in the Applying and Admissions application to higher education. In case you have a question that you can't find an answer to at studyinfo.fi or on the website of the university you are applying to, where can you turn to? Well, all Finnish universities have their own admission services that can help you if you find some specific questions related to your application. You'll find their contact details on the website of the university and at studyinfo.fi. Well, that's it. All the application process in a nutshell. I hope you find this video really useful. Well, now make sure you read all the information and advice at studyinfinland.fi, where you can find starters advice on stuff like tuition fees, cost of living, scholarship matters, student resident permits, and so on. And well, don't forget to follow Study in Finland and Study in Finland student ambassadors on social media. This was Gonzalo, and bye bye!